This is my abbreviated outline. Hello, my name is Alexa Carrillo and my video is on depression and how it causes many adolescents towards suicide. In recent years, it is shown that many adolescents are starting to become more suicidal and more depressed, and it is starting to become a major problem throughout the world. Since many adolescents have many transitions throughout their lives, it is very difficult for a parent or a guardian to distinguish whether or not their adolescent is a normal teenager or a teenager who is dealing with depression. We may know someone who is dealing with depression, either a family member, a friend, or within ourselves, and knowing that it's very hard for a person to speak up about their depression, and it makes them feel like if they're making other people feel uncomfortable and they feel like there's no way out, and it's very difficult for them to seek attention and help. As for I know someone who is a friend of mine who, for her, it was very difficult to express the feelings she was facing through her depression, and she almost attempted to take her life, and thankfully her attempt did not work, and now she's happy, healthy, and thriving. The purpose of this video is to basically inform you what depression is, how and why many adolescents go through depression, and the alternatives they take, such as antidepressants, and to inform you the preventions and signs. First, we need to know what depression is. According to Mayo Clinic, depression is a mood disorder that causes a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. It is also known as major depressive disorder or clinical depression. It can affect the way you think, feel, and it can change you emotionally or physically. It can prevent you from doing day-to-day things or daily activities or tasks. It can affect anybody, any age or ethnicity, and it is very difficult for them to do things such as taking a shower or eating. And as for my friend, I noticed that for her, she wasn't eating often, and she had cuts on her arms, and I didn't know since I was in middle school, and I thought it was just a normal thing that kids go through. However, that was not the case. She would cover up her story saying she fell a bush, and I was oblivious, and I would of course agree with her. As for now that I'm a high schooler, I realized that those were signs of depression, and it was her way of trying to seek attention and help. And I just wanted to inform people that this may be a form of someone who's trying to express that they need help. Now knowing what depression is and how it can affect anybody, and why people think that suicide is the last option and resort. And the reason why they think that is because they feel like there's no hope. So now moving on, we have to talk about antidepressants. And according to the Encyclopedia of Drugs, Alcohol, and Addictive Behavior, antidepressants are a form of drugs that control the behavior and mood swings of someone who is dealing with depression. Of course, that sounds like a good thing for people who are dealing with depression. However, it can have a very negative downfall. So when someone is dealing with depression, the signs to look for is lack of motivation, lack of attention, mood swings, sadness, and basically antidepressants can help with those things. However, when someone is dealing with antidepressants, it can have a very major downfall. As for a journal article, Antidepressants and Withdrawal, Readers Tell Their Stories, a woman named Amy Cannon expressed that she was taking antidepressants because she had postpartum depression, and expressed that after she was done using them, she had an intense craving and addiction for wanting to take more antidepressants, causing her to feel more depressed and having to rely on those antidepressant pills. As for that should not be an option at all. Other factors such as money and power can also play a role in someone who's dealing with depression, or if the household you're living in, such as a Hispanic, African American, many Native American, many other races, they don't believe in someone who could be depressed by being stressed because we're too young. However, and that is the reason why adolescents can't seek attention within their family. Another factors can be money, or some people cannot afford insurance and it cannot seek the right medical attention. A book that was called Someone Who's Going Through Depression and Ways to Help Them Seek Help. It was basically informing you the things that you can do, which is to be there for them, have moral support, and have them go to counseling. Depression should now start to be normalized, and that anybody can go through it. And we need to start changing the way that people think now. And that is my video.